Hello everyone, and welcome to the 28-day Financial Adventure Budgeting Plan. I know you were expecting to jump right into the numbers and get things moving, but my offer to you is this. If you take a few more minutes of your time to go through the simple and easy exercise that I have for you, I promise it will be beneficial for your visions and your goals when it comes to your money. My name is Nicole Grundle, known as the Pajama Coach, helping you get control of your finances and everything that you want from the comfort of your pajamas. Are you in? Then let's move forward. What you see here is your personal evaluation chart. Pretty much in a nutshell, it's your life. You have your relationships, you have your fun and entertainment, finances, career, health, and your well-being. Now with that, my exercise for you is rating from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Rate yourself on this chart and in every aspect of your life. The reason being is that you will see when you start associating and using the spreadsheet, seeing how your money affects every aspect of your life, from the stress with your marriage and the family, with the kids, when you say, sorry, you can't have that, we can't afford it. Your fun and entertainment. So many times you want to go on a vacation or just out for dinner and you can't afford it. Your career. You want to make more money. You know you're worth it. But what do? Your health and wellness, knowing that you'd really love to join the gym, but you can't afford that $30 a month. So my recommendation to you is to sit with this chart, take a few moments, and analyze where you're at, and then move on to the spreadsheet and see which goals, what visions, and where you can move on after you start punching in the numbers. Now here we are at your personal budgeting plan. Yes, it's your standard spreadsheet, but what makes this one different is that it has graphs, it has pictures, it calculates everything for you and has everything listed that you could even imagine that you need on a spreadsheet. It does the thinking for you. Let me do a quick review of the spreadsheet before we start plugging in some numbers. Right here, we have your income. You've got your wages, interest from the bank or whatever savings that you have, and other income, as in if you have a side business or anything like that, that would go here. Your expenses, they range from your house, your daily living, your transportation, fun and entertainment, health and wellness, personal well-being, and your monthly payments, plus some miscellaneous payments. What I have here in your miscellaneous payments, if you have anything else that you're paying out that is not listed on this sheet, you can add them here. So what happens here is all of this gets totaled right here. This obviously is where it says your extra cash, or if you're short of cash, it's going to show up in red. And over here, it shows the totals for your monthly stuff and your yearly. I'll scroll up here and I'll show you. It's all year end, so it totals it all for you. What the best part of this, let me scroll back down, is at the end, you have a graph. It doesn't show much right now. It looks like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but that's because we have no numbers in the spreadsheet. Once we start plugging in some numbers, you'll see how this expands and how you can see where your money's going. I love pictures because it really shows how things are moving along and what areas in your life are absorbing the most of your money. As well as over here, there's nothing here right now, again, because there's no numbers punched in. But you'll see that we're going to be using and sticking with the month of January, how this will change and grow as we progress. Now, what's easy about this personal budgeting plan is it doesn't matter if you're 4 people, 1 person, a family, a couple, whatever. This will add it all for you. You just need to be able to add the numbers together and work with it accordingly. You don't need to be an accountant or a bookkeeper to use this program. It's easy. All you need to do is to be able to save your receipts and watch your spending and calculate every expense at the end of the day and tally them at the end of the month. I love using these accordion folders because you can label them and it keeps things organized for you. So let's start plugging in some numbers. Now we have your income. Let's say your wages here are $2,500 a month. Of course, that's per person, 1 person, however you have it, depending on how many people you're working for. If you're a couple, so you've got double income, you add the incomes together. So right here, it totals it for you. If you have a side business, as said before, you put the amounts there. If you have child support, you put the amounts there. Now we have your mortgage. Let's say it's $1,200 a month. And strata fees, let's say it's $12 a month. Utilities, you have to add your bills together, as I said here, your electric, your trash, your gas, based on a monthly basis. Let's say $135. Your home phone, if you still have one, your cell phone. This is individual. If you have 2 people at $100 apiece, you have to add them. You see how it's easy here because you're all living under one roof, and that's just a monthly thing for your mortgage. Whereas the cell phone, though it's a monthly basis, it might be times 2, depending on if you have a family plan or not. But let's say it's $100 a month. You've got your internet, you've got your television, repairs and maintenance. Let's say that's $20 a month. Painting, maintenance, whatever it is. So you see here again, it totals it all up for you. Now what the cool part is you're just looking at this and going, well, this is just a pile of numbers. So let's go down, scroll down here, and see how it's totaling up. Let's go see what the graph is doing. See how it's changed? There's still a bunch of mumbo jumbo up here, but right here, the house is taking up all your money. Of course, that's the only place where we put some numbers in, right? Here we are at your daily living expenses. We have your groceries, childcare, dining out, and these little extra expenses right here. We're going to get to that in a second. You can multiply and add your daily living expenses either by your groceries or by the day, by the week, or by the month. You just need to calculate them so you have one lump sum total. If you go to the grocery store once a week, you take that total amount of all of your receipts and total them up and add them to this spreadsheet. So let's say you spend $150 a month. Okay? That's the total of all your grocery receipts. Now your child care, let's say it's $250 a month. Dining out, if you're having lunch, let's say $6 a day, whether it be lunch or dinner, and you're doing that 5 days a week, that's $120. That's $30 a week at $6 a day, right? Times 5 brings you to $120 a month just for lunch. Now, here's the kicker as well. Let's say you like doing the drive-through coffee on your way to work at $5 a piece. You multiply that by 5, then you times that by 4. Well, there's $100. Without even blinking an eye on coffee a month. So you see how quickly this adds up. Look, you're at $620 for this, your daily living expenses. Now let's go down to your transportation. Let's say you're spending $150 on fuel. Then your insurance a month. Well, you've got, let's say, $55. Again, remember, these are just examples of your numbers. I don't know what they are. You need to plug them in accordingly. Repairs and maintenance, heaven forbid, is about $20 a month, and so on. So if you have, parking and so on, if you have public transportation, your fuel cost would probably be different. So let's just go, and we've got the total of $225. But what I want to show you is the graph, what it's doing right now. Let's click on the graph and see how things are changing. Your daily living expenses on food and so on are taking a big chunk out of your paycheck. Your house is 23%, transportation is 20%. You see all the other parts have started to show up, but we haven't plugged those numbers in yet. You remember over here where the number was at about just over $1,000. Now it's down to $800, and we're not even finished yet. So let's go back to the spreadsheet and start putting in some numbers. Now we've got fun and entertainment. Let's say we've got some sort of video subscription like Netflix for $20 a month. We've got, few people around all the time, so we love to watch videos. We have books at $8 a month. Let's say we have an online book subscription or anything, newsletters that we have to pay for. Let's say that is $5 a month. Now let's see, there's your $33, and you have a gym membership at $25 if you're lucky. And let's see, here's the total for that. How about your personal well-being? As in your clothes. Let's say you're spending $50 a month at least on your clothes. Your haircuts are $30 a piece. You see how this starts adding up real quick. Let's take a quick scroll down to the bottom. Your total expenses are $1,830. So after that, you end up with $45 in the black. You're still extra, right? Now let's just go change one quick number. Let's say you have a house cleaning service for $25 a week. Let's say $100 a month. Okay? And now let's see what it does. We know that some of these numbers are totally off kilter. All I'm doing is using these as numbers as examples to show you where you can be, and we're not that far off. So now we're in the red. You see how it's negative $55. Let's go see what the graph is doing. And it's changed. You see your daily living is 31%. It's high. House is 19, miscellaneous 8, obligations, etc. You see how things have changed. Now you see this part of the graph that's definitely changed. You're not making money anymore, and you see how it's all switched over. So you're going into February in the red. Not a good plan. So this is the time when you go back and review each and every number, your credit card payments, your long-term savings, clothing. Do you really need to spend $50 a month on clothes? Again, you need to coincide these numbers with how many people are taking part in the spreadsheet. If there are two of you that shop on a weekly basis and buy a new pair of jeans, shoes, whatever, you need to alter these numbers accordingly. And let's go back up here. Just like you would when you would change this number here. If you're two people again, you change the numbers accordingly. And let's scroll over here and see again how the year totals everything at the end of the month. My recommendation to you is to go through this spreadsheet with all of your family or whoever's involved in the spreadsheet. Go through the numbers and take a look at where you guys can start cutting costs. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions or any concerns about the spreadsheet, please feel free to contact me at support@28day financialadventure.com. Here's to happy budgeting.